Why is NIO stock crashing? There are three main reasons why it is happening. One of them is a big reason that just happened here in China, and it is a very big catalyst and big turnaround, and we were not expecting this to happen. And as a result of this thing that just happened here in China, we may have to cancel our $7 short-term price target as a result of this thing that just happened. Okay, so what is it? Well, we know for a fact that the Onvo L90 completely kills the i8. And just when we thought the L90 was going to thrust that sword into the i8's heart and absolutely kill it, and we were in the process of doing it, Li Auto CEO actually came out and said they had around 30,000 pre-orders, small pre-orders for the i8, and the conversion rate was less than 10%. So abysmal orders. And it was confirmed later on that they only had about 6,000 orders total, all right, for the i8. Terrible. And that's why you don't see Li Auto boasting about their locked-in order amount, because it's just terrible, all right? Failure, absolute failure. And all thanks to Onvo L90. There's no reason in mind, there's no right reason for somebody to choose that car over the Onvo L90 at that price point, right? But what happened? What happened? Well, the i8 refuses to die. Yeah. Instead of it getting the sword thrust into its heart, it dodged the sword and swung back. Yep. That's exactly what happened. So they did an emergency price decrease and a spec bump. A price cut and a spec bump. And this apparently saved the i8. Okay? As crazy as it seemed, it saved the i8. And, well, market insiders are saying that there's a significant increase in i8 orders. Well, that's kind of to be expected, when you lower the price and increase the specs. Yeah, that tends to happen. But a lot of these Li Auto sales reps have actually said to a lot of these customers that are considering either the i8 or the Onvo L90, and they're telling them that a lot of Onvo L90 buyers have canceled their orders and switched to the i8. Yep, you can see it right here, okay? And how much of that is true? Well, they are fighting for a similar market share of people, okay? No, to be honest, no one in their right mind would switch. But, there are people that are not in the right mind, all right? And some people think differently. So that's, not for me to decide. But back to the point. They're saying that, the i8 is gaining in market share. The sales reps are saying they're coming from the Onvo L90. And the sales reps are spreading this online. And it's gotten to a point where Onvo CEO Dr. Shen Fei had to come out and sort of deny the fact. And he said that Onvo L90 orders are still strong, like usual. There's no decrease or anything like this that the Li Auto sales reps are BSing about. They gained some orders, sure. Is it from Onvo L90? Maybe some of them were originally planning to buy the Onvo L90. But I would say maybe most people wouldn't switch to the i8. So there's that. People are kind of like, oh my God, i8's back in the game kind of situation, right? And yeah, and of course, Dr. Shenfei had to really specify, we're still very competitive product, and you guys got to test drive both cars. So there's this kind of a fear, in a sense, that the Onvo L90's market dominance is sort of bleeding away because of the i8's price cut and spec bump. And the sales reps at Li Auto are certainly spreading this message. So that's partially why there's some fear, I guess. But reason number 2 is very political, and we saw in the past few days, Chinese stocks have been dropping because of this, and this is, of course, the fact that Trump has threatened countries that do business with Russia and buy Russia's oil, and they're threatening sanctions on those countries. So that, of course, includes China and India, which buy a lot of Russian oil. And that could mean that, we're going to have some more obstacles in the trade talk and stuff like that. And we know the trade talk deadline for China, between the China and the U.S., they had a pause back in May. That deadline expires on August 12th, I believe. Yeah, was it 12th or 14th? But very soon, right? In just a week or so, it's going to expire. And the tariffs go back from like 10, 30% to 100+%. So, damn. They got to come to a trade deal fast, but at the same time, Trump is threatening with these crazy sanctions, right? Anybody that buys Russian oil, which is absolutely crazy. You should look into it, all right? You guys should do your own research about that. And then reason number 3, which I think is pretty crazy as well, which I personally don't like. These short sellers, man. Screw these guys. They just won't give us a break, man. Every single pop, these guys just won't give us a break. This will eventually be their downfall, okay? These short sellers, they take advantage of the stock price going up, and they short the stock thinking that it's going to be easy money. Listen, this was their same thinking. This was the same thinking back in 2020. And the stock went to 6, and then they're like, this is too high. They short the stock. The stock goes to 13. It's too high. Short the stock. Bam, goes to 20, goes to 40, goes to 60. Squeeze the crap out of these effing shorts. So these shorts are getting a little bit too greedy. Okay, they're getting a bit complacent, and it will be their ultimate downfall once NIO gets profitable. And I think in the next video, I'll address this profitability situation and what I learned after having dinner with the Onvo manager. And that'll be in the next video, okay? So stay tuned for that. But these are the 3 main reasons why we're seeing a crash in the stock price for NIO and Chinese companies in general, okay? So take it for what it's worth. And I'm going to have to cancel my $7 short-term price target as a result of, Li Auto cutting their prices. This was something that we did not expect to happen. Yeah. But it is what it is. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.